Hi, I'm Max Carr, and I'm a Girls Right Now mentee.
Hi, I'm Tomi Adeyemi. I'm the author of Children of Blood and Bone.
My first question is, how as a writer and a woman of color, has your experience shaped your writing and the messages that you want to send out into the world?
I think it's a reminder, or I guess it's a constant friend of mine thing because, especially when we grow up loving reading and writing, but we never see ourselves, that plays a big, effect on us. I know for me, the very first story I wrote, I was the Parent Trap fan fiction, and I wrote myself into it, and then I gave myself a twin. So I could tell I really loved myself because I had no problem being like, Tomi found her twin sister Tomi, and they galloped on the horse into I was there. And every story I found from that point onwards, I erased myself. And suddenly I didn't see Tomi in the story. My protagonists were white or biracial. And I realized that's because I had internalized that black people couldn't be in stories and black girls couldn't have the magical fantasy adventures that I always dreamed of having. And obviously that's not true, but knowing that the world tricked me into thinking that for so long, 10 years, means that whenever I'm writing, I'm thinking, how is this going to tell someone the truth earlier? I know I talked about that in the speech, but just how is this going to make that little black queen know that she deserves this adventure, that she can have a twin and a horse for her whole life in stories, maybe in the real world too, but it's really just that idea that we can have everything and get everything. And just reminding that, since we're having more and more reminders, but we still need a lot more. So yeah.
And my second question, which you kind of already answered in your speech, but what advice would you give to young writers who are still figuring out their place in the world?
Yeah, so I think the most amazing thing that Girls Right Now does, but it'd be don't shrink yourself or your voice, and also know that your voice matters. We are so quick to say, oh, I wouldn't be good at that, or this story is dumb, and then it doesn't mean you won't write a dumb story, but it still is you have something to give to the world. You have a unique perspective. You have something that someone can benefit from. So knowing that what we're doing, it isn't just this weird hobby that we do alone in our room and talk to the people in our heads, that it's a meaningful way for humans to interact and connect to each other. I think that's important. And then concretely, I would just say write, read, and then know that nothing you do is wasted. I used to write a lot of fan fiction, and I had so much fun doing it, but I always felt so guilty because I'm you're never going to get to your own thing if you keep doing this. But the fan fiction trained me, especially the Naruto ones. So learned a lot about writing action through that. So just know that all the daydreams, the unfinished stories, the fan fiction, it's training for your craft. So you should enjoy it and not beat yourself up for it.
Thank you.
Cool, thank you. Okay. Got it?